All right, let's talk about effort reporting. Yeah, I know. If you work on sponsored projects, you've definitely heard the term and maybe you even groaned a little. It can seem, well, a little complicated. But here's the good news, it really doesn't have to be. We're going to break it all down and show you just how simple and straightforward this whole thing can be. So here's how we're going to do it. First up, we'll talk about why this even matters. Then, we'll get into a couple of key concepts. After that, we'll walk through the actual process step by step. And we'll finish up by looking at who's responsible for what. Super simple, let's jump in. Okay, first things first. Let's tackle the biggest question of all. Why? Why do we even have to do this? Understanding the why behind it all is absolutely the most critical step. It helps turn this from just another task on your to-do list into what it actually is, a really crucial part of your research. And it's a totally fair question to ask, right? Is this whole thing just more administrative paperwork we have to push through, or is there something bigger going on here? Well, I can tell you the answer is yes. There's a very important reason we do this. And here it is, the heart of the matter. This is a federally mandated process. It all comes down to accountability. We have to be able to confirm that the salary being charged to a sponsored project actually matches the work, the effort that was spent on it. And here's a key point. Even though it's federally mandated, here at WCU, this process applies to all sponsored projects, every single one. It's all about ensuring consistency and integrity across the board. Honestly, the best way to think about this is like a shield. Accurate reporting is so much more than just ticking a box. It's what protects your funding from being taken back, it protects the university from some really serious penalties, and maybe most importantly, it protects the integrity of your hard work. It's a critical safeguard for absolutely everyone involved in the research. Okay, so now that we know the why, let's move on to the what. We're going to define just a couple of key terms here. I promise, once you get the lingo down, the whole process gets a whole lot clearer. First up is effort. The key phrase you got to remember here is total professional activity. This is so important. Your effort isn't just the time you're spending on a specific grant. Nope. It's the entire picture of your job at the university. We're talking teaching, other research, administrative duties, everything. All of that together adds up to 100% of your professional activity. So then, what's payroll certification? Well, that's just the name of the game here at Western Carolina University. It's our official method for doing this. Think of it as the formal review that happens after the fact. You get the report, you look at the numbers, and you confirm, yep, this looks right. This reasonably reflects how I spent my time. All right, now for the really practical stuff, the how-to. How do you actually do this? This next part is your super simple step-by-step guide. We're going to walk you right through the certification process, so there's absolutely no guesswork. It really just comes down to these 4 steps. You review your report, you certify your effort, you address any corrections if you need to, and you submit it on time. And a really important thing to remember here, this is an individual process. That means PIs, co-PIs, and staff, you each certify your own effort. If it looks good, you certify. If something's off, you get it fixed. Then just get it in on time. See? Simple. So you're probably wondering, when are these things going to show up? Well, you can expect to see a report in your inbox 3 times a year, one for the fall, one for the spring, and one for the summer term. It'll come as an Adobe signed document, so it's easy to handle. And hey, don't worry about missing it. The Office of Research Administration sends out reminders ahead of time, so you'll definitely know it's on its way.
And please remember this. This is a huge takeaway. You are not on an island here. If you're looking at your report and you think, something doesn't look quite right, you do not have to figure it out by yourself. Just reach out to the Office of Research Administration. They are there specifically to support you and to handle any corrections that need to be made. Okay, let's talk deadlines. This part's important. From the moment that Adobe signed document hits your inbox, the clock starts. You've got 2 weeks to get it reviewed, certified, and sent back. And getting this done on time is, well, it's incredibly important for keeping everything in compliance. So please, make sure you get it done within that 2-week window.
All right, we're almost there. To wrap this all up, let's look at the final piece of the puzzle. We're going to lay out exactly who is responsible for what. Nice and clear. This really lays it out perfectly, doesn't it? If you're a PI, a co-PI, or staff on a project, your job is simple. You certify your own effort and make sure it's accurate. That's your personal responsibility. And the Office of Research Administration, their role is to be your partner in this. They provide the guidance, the support, and they process any corrections. They're here to help. Think of them as a resource, not an enforcer. And speaking of resources, here's the most important one. If you have any questions, seriously, any questions at all, don't hesitate. Just reach out to this email address. It's researchadministration@wcu.edu. I'll say that one more time just in case. researchadministration@wcu.edu. So there you have it. The process is clear, the support is always there, and the reason we do it is absolutely vital. The only question left is, are you ready for the next certification window? Because after this, I think you are.